On the news tonight, state government embarks on the desetting of stormwater drainages and manholes across the state capital. House of Representatives intervenes in the dispute between the federal government and staff of Nigerian universities. Federal government declares tomorrow and Monday public holidays to mark the Easter celebration. Good evening, and here's the Delta Television main news. Henry Usiayo is my name. As part of efforts to improve environmental cleanliness, reduce pollution and diseases, control flooding, and enhance the aesthetics of the state capital, the State Capital Territory Development Agency has embarked on the desetting of stormwater drainages and manholes across the state capital. Areas of concentration includes the drainages at the Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS, Asaba, Kingsley Emo Street, and Interbua Roundabout, among other areas. Esther Oputa has details.
The desilting exercise is aimed at easing the flow of water in drainages, especially at the Interbua Roundabout, which had begun to emit an offensive stench due to blockage and retention of dirty water. Inspecting the desilting exercise, the Director General of the Delta State Capital Territory Development Agency, Mr. Patrick Uka, stressed the urgency of the exercise as the rains were imminent. Mr. Uka expressed displeasure with the poor sanitary habits of residents who dump refuse in drains and along the road, while warning that anyone caught in the act would be made to face the wrath of the law. He added that all illegal structures, including structures erected on natural waterways, would be pulled down.
I can't imagine where somebody driving in a jeep that can come early in the morning with 2-3 sacks and drop in the drainage. Not one, not two, not three. You see them, and from the work we have done and you see the drainage we have gone through, you find out that most of them were blocked, especially the manholes, by all these things that these people are dumping. I see no reason why somebody living in a capital city cannot register with the PSL. And if you register with the PSP, automatically it's easier for us to hold the PSP responsible for not clearing the drains or clearing the dustbins in front of your house. Most of them do not register. Most of them turn the areas around their house, the drains around their house, to pits for dustbin.
The agency's DG charged residents of the Capital Territory to work collaboratively with the state government to avert the impending flood and work towards a healthier environment for all Deltans. Esther Oputa reporting.
As part of determined initiative to tackle the recurring flooding challenges, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, DESOPADEC, Chief Festus Ochonogo, has conducted an on-site inspection of ongoing desetting operations in the Government Reserved Area, GRA, of Uwe Local Government Area. That project, which involves the desetting of blocked drainages and water canals, is part of DESOPADEC's mandate to facilitate infrastructural development and environmental management in the oil-producing areas of Delta State. The initiative is expected to significantly alleviate the flooding that has been affecting residents of the area, especially during the rainy season. During his visit, Chief Ochonogo emphasized the importance of the projects, stating that the Commission was dedicated to ensuring that the living conditions of the people were improved through strategic development projects such as the present ones. He also highlighted the Commission's commitment to sustainable development and its 2024 roadmap, which focuses on the completion and commissioning of essential projects. The DESOPADEC ND also inspected the damaged culvert at the water channel in Egbe Layout, Soko Estate Road, F Road, as well as the extent of the damage, which has disrupted the flow of water and caused concern in the community. Addressing the residents, Chief Ochonogo pledged DESOPADEC's full support to restoring the canal to its former state, emphasizing the Commission's commitment to maintaining infrastructure critical to the area's well-being. The Executive Director of Projects in DESOPADEC, Honorable Tali Tebite, and other top management staff accompanied the DESOPADEC MD on the inspection. A 3-day capacity training on disaster management organized for staff and management of the Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS, Asaba, in collaboration with the Nigeria Red Cross Society and the Delta State branch of the Fire Service has ended with a call on the participants to make maximum use of the knowledge gained. Henry Unowa reports. We'll bring you details of that later. The House of Representatives has intervened in the disputes between the federal government and staff of Nigerian universities in a bid to halt the planned strike of the workers. The chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on University Education, Honorable Abubakar Fulata, made the move at a meeting with the officials of the Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Nigeria Universities, NASU, in Abuja today. Also at the meeting were members of the National Association of Academic Technologists, NAT, among other relevant stakeholders. The SANU president, Mr. Mohammed Ibrahim, who also spoke on behalf of NASU, said the unions embarked on a one-week warning strike recently because of the non-payment of their withheld salaries in 2022. Mr. Ibrahim said, in spite of President Bola Tinubu's waiver and directive that 4 months of their withheld salaries over the 2022 industrial action be paid, the directive had not been adhered to, adding that the Ministry of Education and Office of Accountant General of the Federation had not complied. Mr. Ibrahim said the unions were planning to go on an indefinite strike any moment from now should the government fail to comply with their demands. He said their counterpart, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, had been paid the 4 months with their salaries and wondered why the government would not pay theirs. In the same vein, the president of the National Association of Academic Technologists, NAT, Mr. Ibeji Nwokoma, said the federal government had not fully complied with the 2009 and 2017 agreements reached with the unions. He said shortly after the end of the 7-day warning strike, which started on March 20, NAT officials met and agreed to begin an indefinite strike next month. In his remarks, Honorable Abubakar Fulata appealed to the unions to give the committee and the entire House of Representatives time to meet with relevant authorities on the issues, adding that the House will resume on April 16 and will take drastic action on the issues, hence the need to put on hold notices of strike. The Senior Staff Union of Nigeria Universities, SANU, and Non-Academic Staff Union of University, NASU, on Tuesday ended their 7-day warning strike over withheld salaries. Members of the unions in registry, bursary, works and maintenance, security, and students' affairs withdraw their services throughout the period of the warning strike. Report says hostels and school gates were locked up and electricity supply cut off while the strike lasted throughout the country. The Nigerian Army has declared 8 persons wanted in connection with the killing of 17 soldiers in the Okwama community of Ughelli South local government area of the state. In its official X handle today, the Army listed the 7 men and 1 woman as Akewu Daniel Omotegbono, Professor Ekpekpo Arthur, Adaowe Dennis Akrikri, Igoli Ebi, Akata Malawa David, Sinclair Oliki, Clement Ikolu Onerukere, and Ruben Barrow. Yesterday, President Bola Tinubu, together with other dignitaries, laid to rest the remains of the 17 military personnel killed on March 14. As the Easter festivities begin, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has deployed 35,000 personnel to provide security nationwide. A statement by the Commandant General of the Corps, Mr. Ahmed Aoudi, directed zonal commanders alongside state commandants to oversee the deployment within their jurisdiction. The statement said the deployment was part of efforts to ensure tight security before, during, and after the Easter celebration. It charged officers and men to ensure adequate protection of all critical national assets and infrastructure across the country, while directing operatives of the anti-vandal units, Special Female Squad, and Special Force, among others, to ensure round-the-clock surveillance. The statement said the Corps will be working in collaboration with sister agencies to ensure a hitch-free celebration even as it urged the public to support the activities of security agencies by giving useful and timely information on suspected acts and persons for prompt and appropriate response. The NSCDC felicitated with Christians on the successful completion of the Lenten period and the forthcoming Easter celebration. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, has dismissed reports stipulating that there is a downward adjustment of price on petrol and diesel at its retail stations nationwide. The NNPC made the clarification in a statement yesterday signed by its Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Mr. Femi Soneye. There have been reports that the ex-depot price crashed from 640 naira per litre to 630 naira per litre for independent marketers, while the NNPC Limited sold at 570 naira per litre. Reacting to the claim, the NNPC said the reports were false and urged Nigerians to disregard them. It reaffirmed its commitment to sustaining the current sufficiency in petrol products across all its retail stations in the country. Stay to come. Federal government declares tomorrow and Monday public holidays to mark the Easter celebration. This and many more stories after this break. Stay tuned. Back. You're still watching Delta Television Main News at 8. The federal government has declared tomorrow and Monday public holidays to mark the Good Friday and Easter Monday. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji Ojo made the announcement on behalf of the federal government in a statement signed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Aishetu Ndayako. The statement said that Easter, beyond religious significance, promoted the values of love, forgiveness, and compassion, which were essential for social cohesion and harmony. He called on Christians to imbibe these virtues as they were capable of impacting positively on the socio-economic development of Nigeria by fostering unity, reducing conflicts, and encouraging cooperation among Nigerians. He also urged Nigerians to show acts of charity and generosity to alleviate the conditions of the less fortunate, while wishing Christians at home and abroad a happy and blissful Easter celebration. The minister called on Nigerians to join hands with the President Bola Tinubu-led administration in its determination to bring sustainable development and usher in prosperity to all. And in abroad, Senegal's opposition candidate Bassirou Diomaye Faye has won Sunday's election with 54.28% of the total votes. One of the main opposition leaders in the Central African Republic has been given a one-year suspended prison sentence for defamation and contempt of courts. Kripin Gomba, a lawyer and coordinator for the opposing group PRODC, was arrested earlier this month after accusing magistrates of corruption. He was ordered to pay a fine of around $130,000. Prosecutors have sought a one-year jail term for him. His lawyer said they would appeal against the sentence. Human Rights Watch had accused President Faustin Todare's regime of repressing civil society, media, and opposition parties. In business, the Naira has risen further to 1,300.43 on the official foreign exchange as dollar supply surged by 69.43% yesterday, a day after the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, further raised the key interest rates. Dollar supply by the willing sellers and willing buyers rose by 69.43% from $245.58 million on Tuesday to $416.10 million yesterday, the highest since almost 2 months. The summary of the foreign exchange trading revealed that the intraday high closed at 1,460 naira per dollar yesterday, stronger than 1,486 naira per dollar close on Tuesday, while the intraday low appreciated to 1,200 naira yesterday, as against 1,300 naira it closed with on Tuesday. At the parallel market, popularly called black market, the naira closed at between 1,310 naira and 1,350 naira in Lagos. In Abuja, some traders bought at 1,300 naira and sold at 1,320 naira. Analysts said the Central Bank of Nigeria governor sounds much more confident on naira stability, even appreciation going forward, now that the validated forex forward settlement has been dealt with. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, says it has discovered a deceptive claim about the weight of a bag of rice at the Garki Modern Market in Abuja. Acting Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of FCCPC, Dr. Adamu Abdullahi, disclosed this in a statement today after the Commission conducted a targeted enforcement operation at the Garki Modern Market yesterday. Dr. Abdullahi said the enforcement operation was part of the Commission's ongoing efforts to protect consumer rights and interests as mandated by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act, FCCPA 2018. He said the Commission's finding revealed discrepancies between the weight claims and the actual content, adding that such practices not only violated the FCCPA but also exploited consumers through deceptive means. Consequently, the Commission has issued summons to the perpetrators, who are required to appear before the Commission and provide written undertakings to cease the deceptive practices. The FCCPC boss advised consumers to verify the weight of rice packages to align with stated claims and report any inconsistency through the complaint tab on the Commission's website. He assured Nigerians that the Commission was committed to safeguarding consumer rights and would continue to relentlessly pursue fairness in the marketplace. The online sale of registration forms into any of the 70 model secondary schools in the state has commenced and will end on Friday, July 12th. A statement by the permanent secretaries in the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education on behalf of their commissioners, Dr. Kingsley Ashibogu and Mrs. Rose Euzewu, has urged interested candidates to apply into JS1, JS2, SS1, and SS2 classes. The statement advised candidates to purchase scratch cards from the field office of the Chief Inspectors of Education, CIEs, to gain access to the registration form online through the ministry's portal, www.deltamobsc.net. It noted that scratch cards will be issued to interested candidates on the payment of 3,500 naira at the CIE's office, adding that model schools that were interested in selling scratch cards in their schools should pick them up from the office of the CIEs in their domain or the examination department of the ministry. The statement explained that the entrance examination will hold on Saturday, July 20, in 21 centers, which include the 17 model schools, the West End Miss Secondary School, Asaba, Utagbogbe Grammar School, Kwale, Hussey College, Center 2, Warri and Urobo College, Center 2, Efru. It stressed that candidates applying for admission into SS1 must possess a basic education certificate or will sit for the 2024 Basic Education Certificate, BECE, in addition to a pass in the Cognitive Placement Examination, while candidates applying for JS2 and SS2 classes must pass the 2024 Promotion Examination in their previous classes in addition to Cognitive Placement Certificate and Basic Education Certificate. The statement enjoined candidates to come to the examination hall with the original copy of the computer printout and writing materials, including HB pencil. The state monthly environmental sanitation will hold across the state on Saturday between the usual hours of 7 and 10 a.m. A government statement has advised residents to cut overgrown weeds in their environment, deseed drainages, and keep their surroundings clean. The statement adds that residents are to clean their homes of all rat infestations to combat the outbreak of Lassa fever. The state government says its intention has been drawn to the non-payment of ground rent by landlords and landowners. The ground rent is an annual payment due to government on land. The government, through the Committee on Ground Rent, has therefore charged landlords and landowners in the state, developed or undeveloped, defaulting in payment of the ground rent to the state government, to resume payment immediately. Defaulters have been given up to the end of the month to pay up or face revocation of their landed properties. A statement signed by the Director of Public Communications, Mrs. Theresa Oliko, has requested those with inquiries or complaints on issues of ground rent payment to direct such inquiries to 08032004673 or 08164263469 or 08148954373 or visit the DLAMS Customer Service Desk at the Ministry of Lands and Survey, Professor Chike Edison Secretariat, Miriam Babangida Way, Asaba. The General Assembly of the Ndokwa-Nikko Union holds tomorrow. A statement signed by the President of the body, retired General Mike Mbisi, the Secretary General, Professor Chukwuemeka Neke Oje, and the Public Relations Officer, Mr. Eugene Agadaga, says retired Admiral Mike Ona will chair the occasion, while Dr. Austin Avuru is a guest speaker. The Ndokwa House on the Kwale-Ozoro Expressway, Kwale, Ndokwa West Local Government Area, is the venue of the event, which will begin at 2 p.m. The 2024 annual conference of the Onichukwu Kanidima Union begins tomorrow. The three-day meeting, which will commence at 8 p.m., is being attended by delegates from branches of the union across the country. A statement signed by the President General of the Union, Mr. Larry Igbenoba, has urged delegates to be seated at the town hall venue of the conference before 8 p.m. and participate actively in the deliberations. The statement reminded indigenes of the community that the peace and development of their homeland remain the concern of all at home and abroad, and were the main reasons for the conference. And in sports, ahead of the Delta State Football Association FA Cup final set for Sunday, March 31st, 2024, the DFA has made a significant gesture by equipping the 4 deserving finalists with customized jerseys. Defending champions Warri Wolves FC locks on with Delta Marines FC in the men's final, while defending champions Delta Queens of Asaba takes on Delta Babes of Warri in the female final as they showcase the strength of women's football in the state. The chairman of the competition committee of the DFA, Mr. Steve Cole, while presenting the jerseys, expressed deep gratitude to Governor Sheriff Oborewori for his unwavering commitment to sports development, while extending the DFA's sincere appreciation to all the participating teams, recognizing their dedication and passion for the sport. Welcoming the 4 finalists to the Patrick Obomo Football House in Asaba, Chairman of the Delta State Football Association, Honorable Ken Nwamucha, commended the conduct of the clubs and their officials during this year's State FA Cup playoffs. Chief Nwamucha urged the competition committee to maintain the high standard and ensure that the final on Sunday, March 31st, 2024 at the Stephen Keshi Stadium leaves a lasting impression on all Deltas. The DFA chairman expressed gratitude to its partners such as Uche Peg Enterprise, Rock of All Ages Group of Schools, and Joe Precious Enterprises for their unwavering support and trust in the Delta FA. He called on Deltas from all walks of life to come out in large numbers to watch and support this year's finalists. The Sunday showdown will commence at 1 p.m. with Delta Queens taking Delta Babes, while Warri Wolves clash with Delta Marines FC at 4 p.m., with both matches taking place at the iconic Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba. The winners will get 1.5 million naira as prize money. And back to our story. A 3-day capacity training on disaster management organized for staff and management of the Data Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, in collaboration with the Nigeria Red Cross Society and the Delta State branch of the Fire Service, has ended with a call on the participants to make maximum use of the knowledge gained. Henry Unogwa reports.
In his remarks at the closing ceremony, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the station, Mr. Austin Chikezie, described the training as an important one, which would not only benefit the participants, but the state at large. He said with the knowledge gained, the participants would be saddled with the responsibility of ensuring the safety of lives and property in the station and in their various homes. Mr. Chikezie commended the DBS Asaba management, the trainers and the participants for their efforts and commitment to the success of the 3-day training session, even as he enjoined the resource persons to partner with the station in sharing vital information on safety and disaster management to the public.
Trainees, they say no knowledge is lost, but this knowledge is very, very important. I have listened to all of you, for the 3 persons that spoke, and it shows that you have gained a lot from what you have done. Having gained from this training, I want you to put into practice what you have learned.
The DBS Asaba General Manager, Mrs. Christine Jobome Emetulu, thanked the trainers for imparting knowledge into staff of the station, saying it would help them manage preventable disasters when the need arose. She described the trainers as first responders who were ready to intervene during emergencies before the arrival of experts and tasked them to ensure to train others to become marshals who would manage preventable disasters with the skills gained.
Recipients of this training, I urge you with the insight from this training to be our safety marshals. So from today, 27 of you are now the DBS safety marshals.
Representative of the Nigerian Red Cross Society Delta State Chapter and the State Fire Training School, Asaba, thanked the board and man of the broadcast outfit for the partnership with them over the years and called on the trainees to practice what they had learned. Some participants expressed satisfaction with the training and thanked the management for investing in the staff, pledged to put the knowledge gained into practice. And out of thanks, the head of News and Current Affairs Department, Mrs. Mercy Mwemifo, thanked the board and management of the station for ensuring that staff benefited from the training, while thanking the trainers for their efforts and the participants for their commitments.
Safety indeed and health, they are a very critical part of the work environment because it pertains to life. So once again, I want to say thank you to the board, thank you to the management, thank you very much to the fire service.
The event featured drills on the use of mustering point as well as firefighting sessions. Henry Onogwa reporting.
To see in the world. A look at our highlights. As part of efforts to improve environmental cleanliness, reduce pollution, disease, control flooding, and enhance the aesthetics of the capital city, the State Capital Territory Development Agency has embarked on the desetting of stormwater drainages and manholes across the state. Areas of concentration include the drainages at the Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, Kingsley Emo Street, and the Interbar Roundabout, among other areas. And we to you that the House of Representatives has intervened in the dispute between the federal government and staff of Nigerian universities in a bid to halt the planned strike of the workers. The chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on University Education, Honorable Abubakar Fulata, made the move at a meeting with the officials of the Minister of Interior. Olubumi Tunji Ojo made the announcement on behalf of the federal government in a statement signed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Aishetu Ndayako. And that ends Delta Television main news at 8. I am Henry Usiayu. Many thanks for watching and do have a blessed night.